a few weeks ago, I started uh, Sunday Zoom sessions, group Zoom sessions. But before I get to that, a few days ago, I put a post on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's not that I encourage people, hey, get on more social media. I know we're all kind of sick of it, but most of my work these days just seems to be on Instagram. I'd have daily quotes and comments on my stories, and then I post, maybe, depends, a couple of times a week, 2-3 times a week, maybe. But I feel that I feel a couple of things. So we're really in a time of change and upheaval, and I would really hope that, say, people who listen to me or read my posts or listen to my podcasts, that you're moving, you're working. But from September, I made a video, I think around in January, about this coming year. And I really feel that from September, two things are going to happen. One thing I think is the world's going to get a lot heavier, in my opinion. And that, in a sense, to be very simplistic about it, there will be a divide. There's the people who are sucked into that, and that's their journey, and good luck to them, and I hope they enjoy it. And then there are the people who are trying to navigate out of that, who see it. I was going to say who see it for what it is, but there's many, many people who see it for what it is, but who still will go down that drain, down that funnel. Seeing it for what it is not enough. Awareness is not enough. If you followed my work for a while, talk an awful lot about the ego and the mind and people's need to understand. I mean, I have a fan going above me. I have no idea how that works. No idea about electricity. No interest in knowing. I'm happy that it works. I'm a little bit cooler. So increasingly, I have less and less interest in information, little or no. Anything I need to know will hit me over the head. It will come to me and it will resonate with me, and I know I will need it. Or often in the moment, I'm talking to someone, or I'm making these videos, or whatever it may be, and insight comes, bing. In meditation, I've been meaning to say this for a while, like in my meditations, I either have a notepad in my phone, or it's better for me anyway to have a piece of paper and a pen. Something comes in the meditation, write it down, done, go back to the meditation. If I pick up my phone, there might be notifications or something, and my mind naturally wants to go someplace else. So then I have to come back to the meditation. So it's easier with a pen and paper. Jot down one word of what the thing is, done, back to the meditation. Afterwards, I know what it is, and I carry on. So we're some of us are aware of this, and some of us feel the direction, the call, the movement to just move away from information and distraction, the chemicals of the outside world, of the media, division, polarity. A video on polarity coming up in a few days or next week, moving away from these things. So I started the Sunday Zoom sessions. I just want to say a little bit about that, because I still get messages and emails. Basically, generally, I guarantee nearly anyone who joins is afraid to join, first of all. The perception people have of me, which is my own fault, it's the perception I put out there, is very different from the experience people get when they work with me. Nearly everyone says 2-3 weeks in, oh, I didn't think it'd be like that. It's like they think I'm a lot more supportive. It's a lot lighter than they think. So generally people are happy working with me. There's plenty of testimonials on my website, or on Instagram. There's a ream of testimonials, so you can look at under my bio. But so it's the same with the Sunday Zoom. People are afraid. Like, you can join the Sunday Zoom. It's like walking into a room, right? That you can stand in the back of the room. No one knows you're there. So you can join, and you don't have to speak. You don't even have to be on camera. You can sit there for an hour or 10 minutes and leave if you want. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But some people obviously appear on camera, and Some people ask questions, some people don't. So generally I would talk, I'll explain what happens in this hour. An hour is not enough time like to do shadow work. That's why I have an 8-week course. And at the end of September, as some of you know, at the end of August 2021, it becomes a 6-week course. So if you want 2 free weeks being coached by me, integrating your shadow almost daily for 8 weeks, I would say sign up before September. Or you get those 2 weeks free. So an hour is not enough, but in an hour you can learn a little bit of what we do. And the last 2 weeks have been really powerful. It's been a good group there. There's a sense of community and safety. And that's what I'm trying to build, that there are some of us on this path. Don't have to be able to explain. I'm not going to write a fucking paragraph of what this path looks like. Your instinct knows there's something in this for me. I should turn up. I'd suggest to anyone who feels that, immediately switch off the mind in the analysis of like, well, Sunday, I have to go, but I watched a video that he once said, and I don't know, follow your instinct. Your instinct feels, I might sit in on that. Do it. Turn up for one session. Fucking, if you're in there 15 minutes, you think it's a load of bollocks, leave. No one has to know. No one cares. Carry on with your day. Try it once and see what happens. See what you feel. See what maybe unfolds. But it's a deep group, and it's powerful, in my opinion, from my experience. And I'm not just saying it from my experience. Over the last few weeks, generally session ends that evening or the following day. I tend to get messages from people of what they experienced or how they enjoyed it. And generally, it's pretty. It's all been positive feedback that I've received anyway. So I'd encourage, especially people, if you followed my work for a while and you're interested in these podcasts or videos or the things I write, I'd say just turn up, see what happens. There's something in it. And, we need to be seen. So I've done holotropic breath work. I don't teach or I'm not a facilitator. I mean, I've been a client, for want of a better word, of holotropic breath work a number of times. And the purpose of holotropic breath work is that you're in a group, physically in a room, not on a camera on the other side of the world. You're in a room with people, might be 100 people, could be 10 people. And there might be a couple of facilitators. So what you go through, the room is split in half. Half the room will be the sitter for the other half of the room. So we will sit and breathe, and the other people will tend to us. They will witness us. They get us water if we want. They'll bring us to the bathroom if we need to go, that kind of thing. And then second half of the day, it's rotated. So, and when I first did holotropic breath work, I was told, the point is to be seen. It's not to, like, I know nearly everyone watching this now or listening to me, you want to go into a room on your own. You want to do your work on your own. You want to cry and the snots run down. No one sees you. And then you want to heal all your shit. And then you'll go out in the world. Then you'll let people see. That's bollocks. This is about being seen. It's about sharing our journey. So the beginning of that for the Sunday Zoom is just turning up, camera off, don't open your mouth. Gradually, you'll see people turn their cameras on. And for a lot of us, it's about finding our voice as well. So we're working towards, at some point, asking a question or making a comment. I had a good experience. I had a painful experience, whatever. Being seen, being heard in a room of people who are doing the same work, who are on the same journey. And this is the journey I have been on, which is me. I'm living it. I fucking lived it for the last few years, of living in the car. And all those fucking videos are on YouTube. They're all on Instagram. There's plenty of videos of me on Instagram in the car, living in my car, doing podcasts. So, unshaven. You're so lucky you didn't smell what I was like when I was recording those. So it's allowing to share our experience. We're all vulnerable. We're all human. We're all on this journey. But I'm building a web page which will be Spontaneous Evolution /Zoom, which should be up in a few days, just FAQs and all the rest of it, details about it. But at the moment, the details about the Zoom, for anyone who's curious, you can get in touch with me. But every week a newsletter goes out with all the details around it. Any questions asked, so anyone can just read through that email. So if you're curious about the news, you can go to my website. There's a box, sign up to the newsletter, or it's probably below this video, depending on what platform you're on. So it's 6 p.m. London time. And in the newsletter and on Instagram, I have those times for New York and Los Angeles and different parts of the world as well. So you can find a time that might suit you. There's more details, obviously, on the mailing list, and the Zoom page will be up on my website soon. So what do we do? Basically, allow people to arrive, and I guide us into our body. I'm not saying, hey, who are you? Talk. There's none of that. It's like I guide us into the body, and we begin to practice being the observer, witnessing what's happening within, witnessing what emotions come in, being present. So basically the work is to move away from the overactive mind. Now, some people are reading too many books. You might have seen the post on Instagram last week. The photograph Karen had sent me, Karen had worked with me at the end of last year. And a few weeks ago, she sent me a photograph on WhatsApp of, she had gathered up around 200 books, self-help books, spirituality books that she hadn't read. And she was basically giving them away. And that's huge for her, and it's huge for me. I'm trying to get people away from seeking the next retreat, the next self-help book, the next podcast. Get the fuck away. You're giving her power to all these people that from working with me last year, and 6 months in, she's now gathering up this stuff. She doesn't need it. The guidance comes within us. I'm not saying don't read books. I mean, I'm reading books, my fucking Kindle beside me. So, but I'm not seeking. My guidance comes through me. I don't go looking and reading books or fucking gurus or podcasts or any of that. So it's knowing when we are guided and move to listen to someone or to read something, rather than buying more things, listening to more things, seeking. It's in the next, such and such said this, but he said that. I don't do any of that. I don't listen to any of these people. I listen to me. I listen to my own guidance and my own instinct. So that's where we're going. Imagine if we had a group of people who were not doing all this, listening to themselves, grounded in themselves, in their own body, their own instinct, their own guidance, following their own guidance. That's different. That's very different. And then to be bringing that energy to their kids, partners, people in the world. So that's what I'm aiming for with the Sunday group. To say as well, like, so I guide us into the body. And then towards the end, we have, if anyone wants to ask questions or say anything, they can. If not, they don't have to. Last week, regarding languages, there was, I think, 4 or 5 people who were not native English speakers. So there's a mix of cultures and mix of languages there. There was 4 or 5 people who have been previous clients who've done the 8-week course, and then probably the same again of people who have not worked with me before. You know, sometimes newcomers, sometimes it's people who haven't done the 8-week course. So, and all are welcome. And in that, you might see how I work. You might be drawn to work with me, or you might not. It doesn't matter. You're free. Do whatever you want to do. So I'm just saying, I honestly, genuinely think there's something happening in that group. There's purpose in it. There's healing in it. There's something building. And my point is, for anyone who's felt curious about working with me, this is a great step. Come in for an hour. Cost you 15 quid. It's nothing. Try it and see. If it's not for you, cool. Don't come back. So yeah, please like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Share it if you have a friend. There's links below. Feel free to sign up to the newsletter. If you have any questions about the Zoom or payment or any of that kind of thing, let me know and I can answer your questions. So I'm out of time. Thanks for listening to me, and I hope to see you. Try it.